outrageous was how unimpressed lefties were by Trump getting shot in the head. And how many of you would say, will you stop saying he got shot in the head? It just nicked his ear. Once again, to my earlier point, fuck you. You get nicked in the ear by a bullet and tell me that it's no big deal. I'm good. Nah. That's crazy. If that had happened to Harris, you guys would have talked about it for 3 days nonstop about how we're in helter-skelter mode or whatever it is.
Right.
And then you go call me a bigot for saying that. This is why you lost the election. That's exactly why you lost the election. You are out of touch. You lost the plot about how people feel in the majority. That's what you did. And that was a...
And this goes back to even if you're a Democrat and you disagree with them, this is how they treat you.
Perfect example of it, that situation. Oh, I think it was just a teleprompter. You would have never assessed it that way if you didn't wish the guy had died. How fucked up is that? That you wished he had died. That you play down that he was shot at. It was disgusting. And I, for one, felt a measure of satisfaction that you were punished for it politically, because there is no place for that. Oh, he would have. He is not the standard of any kind of virtue, okay?
And so when he says people were celebrating, the first thing that I thought about was this, and I'm sure some of you might remember this.
Make a wish, Canada. Don't miss Trump next time. Thank you.
So you got people that were actually celebrating this, and this is okay. This was okay. Right? A man being shot at was something people were celebrating. I mean, hell, they're celebrating this Luigi guy for shooting the healthcare CEO. It's disgusting. It's weird. The day Trump got shot, I remember when it happened, I was in the kitchen with my wife, and under just like a real light conversation we was having. I had a light tone. I said, yeah, did you hear what happened Trump, whatever? And she was like, yeah, I heard, blah, blah, blah. And you know how you had that small conversation, but I mean, you guys are talking about it in length, but you're talking quiet because you don't want other people to hear you. Not that you don't want them to hear you, but you just kind of want it, you just don't want the confrontation. And somebody there that was at my house was like, yeah, I heard what happened to your boy. I'm like, what? What happened to you? Did you? Come on now. I don't wish death on my worst enemy.
Sensational.
Right? If I hear one of somebody passed away in their family that I don't even know or got shot, I have empathy. Damn, what? Oh my gosh, what happened? But when it came to Trump, these folks were like, man, oh, he missed. Oh, who cares? And the way that they covered it in the news, they talked about it for a day. And they were like, yeah, we really hope that this changes Donald Trump now. What? He got shot at. He was the target. And they were waiting for him to totally just bow down to them. And even if he would have bowed down to them and said, wow, that was an awakening moment or whatever, the Democrats wouldn't have let him live. They would have still called him a fascist, still called him a felon, doubled down on everything. This was a very disgusting moment in 2024.
Sensational.
Where someone gets shot at. He had 3 attempts on his life, and we just act like it's just normal news, no big deal. This happened, and we actually seen it. There's a clip of it. That someone was after him. Let's just go ahead and forget that Joe Biden that previous Monday said we need to put Trump in a bullseye. And that Saturday, dumb Thomas Crooks decides, oh, I'm going to take a shot at Trump. And the left, parts of the left were celebrating or oh, no big deal. Oh, it's just Trump. This is how deranged these folks are. that they are scared of one man, not the party, not the policies, just the man itself. This moment was another reason that showed me how people build you up to tear you down. Folks love this man, Donald Trump. If you would have talked about him 12, 16 years ago, 20 years ago, all loved Donald Trump. Loved him, talked about him all the time. And when they want to tear you down, they'll tear you down and they don't even care if you die. Listen, I might even have a little bit of sympathy for Diddy, right? like yeah, y'all can strike me down. I would not want this to happen to anybody. It's very sad. Like, this is someone's life. Behind that life are other people that aren't impacted by him the way we see him, right? Trump has children. Those children look at Trump as, hey, that's my dad. That's my dad. Hey, that's my granddad, right? They might have a nickname for granddad. That's Papa, right? And other people may look at Trump as someone else different. They may look at him as Donald or Don or whatever. They don't look at him as Donald J. Trump, President Trump. There's other people that are affected by this. The media is absolutely disgusting, right? Shout out to Jalen Jones. I see you.
Sensational.
The media is disgusting. Where you will try to celebrate, encourage people to say, oh man, it's just Trump. This shows you how dangerous this can go, how the media can create their narratives. And if you are dumb enough, you can fall into them. And you will fall into it, and you will be in a deep, dark hole. And you will wake up one day and say, what the hell was I believing in? I didn't even have a mind of my own. So Chris Cuomo says that this was a bad moment for the Democrats. And he thinks that the retribution was them losing the election. I don't totally agree with that point. But I think there is a little bit of truth to that. I think that the reality of what happened to Trump during this election in the last 4 years, right? Because you got to remember, he went through a hell of a lot of scrutiny, right? Jalen Jones says liberalism is a mental disorder. Starting to look like it. And I think the revenge and the retribution was Trump winning the presidency. And they now have to work with him, see him for the next 4 years. Because what they wanted to do to Trump, which they did do to Trump, right, was they wanted to silence him. That's why they kicked him off Twitter. Liberals were celebrating, Donald Trump's no longer on Twitter. He can't give out his orders from Twitter. And every time they tried something with Trump, Trump just said, all right, I'm going to go ahead and create Truth Social. That way y'all still... And guess what happened? They got him off Twitter, but the media is so stupid. They kept referencing, Trump is saying this on Truth Social. So you're hyping up his platform and giving him the voice that you guys were trying to oppress from him or subdue. Like, you didn't want him to have a voice, but you guys were covering him on Truth Social. So you gave him a voice. You tried to lock him up. And you made him normal. This is a billionaire. There's no way that another billionaire would go through the same type of stuff I would go through as a black man treated unfairly through the justice system. No way, not a billionaire. Everything they did humanized them. And at the end of the day, whoever tried this assassination attempt, I'm just going to cough it up as a failed attempt. And now the Democrats have to deal with Trump for the next 4 years. You know what else is going to be even worse, which I think that Trump already knows? When he does a good job, it's going to further hurt the Democrats. And I think he knows that. I've heard him say that in a few things. Is his retribution is just making sure we get America back on track, economy's booming, get some energy rolling in, stop these wars. Then what will happen is the people that didn't like him are going to say, well, he at least did a good job, or he at least didn't do this and that. And that's what's going to make the Democrats look dumb, not to mention setting up Republicans and conservatives to win further in future elections.
Sensation.
Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Let me read y'all comments, man. We'll get to the next segment of the show. They loved him when he was a Democrat.